Hello, and thank you for clicking to watch this episode. Today's walk in is Mark, and we're going to talk about hypnotherapy. Hi, Mark.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's nice. And for the viewers, we start right with the questions. We don't have any introductions, and then we talk more about what Mark does and how to contact him, and all the links for him also in descriptions. So, Mark, tell us a little bit about hypnotherapy first. A lot of people are scared of it.
Yeah, hypnotherapy is nothing to be scared of. It's a perfectly natural state that we all experience several times during the course of a day. You're driven somewhere, got to your destination, not remembered the journey, that's hypnosis. Ever been reading a book, zoned out, lost track of time, that's hypnosis. So it's a focused state of attention, something that everyone experiences. Um, and yeah, I don't make anyone bark like a dog or quack like a duck or anything like that.
I didn't actually know that we experience it through the day, that all those stages. But now you mention it, it makes sense. So it's
Yeah.
like getting inside your mind.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah. You're constantly being exposed to suggestion and people influencing your perception. So when you're watching TV, you're being hypnotized. Having a conversation with someone, you're being hypnotized. It's just, I'm honest that I'm
mhm,
doing it.
mhm. But we don't think about it like that because we don't know that knowledge. So we never think about it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know people fear it, but it's really nothing to fear at all.
Hmm. So how did you got into hypnotherapy?
I got into hypnotherapy through my own experiences. I had a lot of issues with anxiety, um, and ever since, as as far back as I can remember, really, I had issues with anxiety. They caused me to develop all kinds of toxic and not good coping strategies.
Hmm.
I got into a relationship that wasn't healthy for either of us. We got
Hmm.
married very young. We got divorced 7 years later. And the divorce was very traumatic. There was
Hmm.
lots of legal issues, um, lots of going backwards and forwards to court. So the divorce lasted nearly as long as the marriage. It lasted 5 years of going backwards and forwards to court, and it was very traumatic for me.
Hmm.
Um, and then I got into another relationship that wasn't very healthy. Um, and yeah, I just kind of reached a point where I just felt, why do I keep getting into these situations? What's going on here? Um, and anxiety had caused me to have a very small social circle. Um, it caused me to associate with quite toxic people. I'd grown up in a very toxic family. So for me, toxic people were normal. That was, where
Hmm.
I felt comfortable. Um, so I realized that I needed to overcome my anxiety to meet new people, and to stop these negative kind of ways of coping, to expand my social circle. And that was when I started looking at hypnosis. I tried counseling before. When I was going through the divorce, I tried counseling, and I didn't really find that very useful.
Mhm.
Hypnosis was the only thing that really worked for me. So I did the hypnosis and I started to get better. Um, then, after a couple of years of gradually getting better, I still had, I felt meaningless. I felt my life lacked no direction. And so I started wondering, what I could do that would be worthwhile, valuable to the world. And I decided that hypnosis, becoming a hypnotherapist, was the way forward for me. So I started training to become a hypnotherapist. It wasn't until I started doing inner child work that I
Mhm.
really noticed massive improvements, complete shifts in my life. So, yeah, I'm very passionate about helping people with healing their inner child through hypnotherapy.
Mhm. That's actually a story of a lot of people. The story that you told, I hear it so many times over and over again. Same
Mhm.
thing, from starting with one bad relationship and then going to another bad relationship and having all those thoughts and everything like this. So for you to, a lot of people, they ask the same question, why it always happens to them,
Mhm.
and I don't know if there's a real, like through the hypnotherapy, you can find out the answers, but I think everybody's answers are different.
I don't think they are.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me your opinion then.
I think we make unconscious contracts with people. Excuse me, I have some cat hair in my mouth. I think we make unconscious contracts with people who complement our family system. So if you grow up with dysfunction, and most people grow up with some form of dysfunction, most parents carry their own trauma, their own
Mm-hmm.
toxic shame. What you don't heal, you're either gonna reenact on others or find new people to reenact on you. So most people are going to parent the way they were parented,
Mm-hmm.
um, and most children grow up to be traumatized adults. So yeah, you're going to be most comfortable interacting with people the way you learn to interact with people as a child. If you've grown
Yeah.
up in an environment where you're told that your opinions don't matter, children should um, not be
Uh,
heard, or whatever the saying
yeah,
is, um,
not to talk, not to be heard, something like
be,
not to be heard.
be seen and not heard. That's the
Mm-hmm.
saying. Then you're gonna develop the belief that your opinions don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you're going to be needing to look outside of yourself to feel okay. You're going to be looking to other people to validate you, to give you assurance. Some people use sex as a way to gain validation. They get their sense of self-worth
Mm-hmm.
through
Mm-hmm.
sex. Some people use relationships as a way to gain validation.
Or
My ex,
is drugs one of them as well? Drugs and
absolutely,
alcohol?
absolutely, yeah. Drugs and alcohol, food. Food is the most common substance that people use to try and suppress their emotions. So emotional eating is probably the most common
Mhm.
form of substance abuse. But yeah, with an unhealed inner child, you're not going to be forming relationships in a healthy way. You may be looking for people to save you or to rescue you. You may be looking for people to save or to rescue, to
Mm-hmm.
give you validation. It's only by healing those things that you can form healthy relationships.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the healthy way to heal all those things would be then hypnotherapy. And the way I see it as well, which is similar to, I believe, to meditation. There's difference between hypnotherapy meditation and guided meditation, but
Mhm.
they little bit the same, but they're all different way of approaching the same state, kind of, right?
Yeah and no. Um, with hypnotherapy, you you know you can do it as a guided meditation if you're listening to hypnosis recordings. I have recordings on my YouTube channel. They are more of a guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with hypnotherapy, you don't have to close your eyes to go into
Mm-hmm.
trance. As I said,
Mm-hmm.
you can be hypnotized through a conversation. So I do a lot of talking therapy with my clients, about 45 minutes talking therapy. To get to the root of the problem, to find out what life will look like for them when they no longer have the problem. And goals are very important when it comes to any kind of therapy or change work, because if you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. So goals are really important. If you don't know where you're going, it's like peeling an onion. You're just going to peel back layers and layers, and it's never going to end. So with the hypnotherapy sessions, I keep my clients focused on the solution, on
Mm-hmm.
where they want to go. And then when we do the actual formal hypnosis session, which we don't always have to do. Some clients, very anxious, don't want to close their eyes and go into trance, and
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. We can do the session completely talking, but most clients expect hypnosis. So when we come to the hypnosis part of the session, it's a lot more interactive. I may ask them to communicate with their subconscious or unconscious mind, to give me a sign that they've got answers from their unconscious mind. If they're in front of me, I can see their hand. It could be a twitch of a finger or thumb. If it's on Zoom, it would be a nod of the head to let me know that we're communicating with the unconscious, that we're making those changes at a deep and lasting level. So yeah, that's the difference between hypnosis and guided meditation. I would say hypnosis is more interactive, whereas guided meditation is just lie down and listen to a recording.
Mm-hmm. But I've done guided meditation, but I've done guided meditation with the questions. So it's kind of like, I think it's kind of like a mixture of guided meditation and hypnotherapy. But I
Yeah,
have not done like only hypnotherapy yet. So that's one of the things that I'm planning to do in the future.
excellent. Yeah, I think that you will find it very useful. And as I said, an actual one-to-one therapy session, because we can have that talking element, it's a lot more successful than just listening to recordings on their own.
So when the people come to you, are they already overcame the fear of it, or they have you had clients who come and they still scared of hypnotherapy? Because I know a lot of people, they are scared because they see it's some kind of magical thing. They don't understand what it is, and they're seriously scared of it. So have you had clients who are scared of it, or they already overcame the fear when they came to you?
I've had clients, not clients that are scared of hypnotherapy, but I've had clients who are extremely traumatized and are afraid to close their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, in that situation, we don't need to do the eyes closed hypnosis. We can still do it conversationally. Um, I don't think I've ever had anyone who is actually afraid of
Mm-hmm.
hypnosis, though, because most of my clients come from workshops. I give 2 or 3 workshops a week,
Mm-hmm.
and on the workshops, I explain that hypnosis is a focused state of attention. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I explain some of the benefits of hypnosis. One of them is that your mind can't tell the difference between a real or an imagined event. So just by imagining yourself the way you want to be, you actually create new neural pathways in your brain. The more you imagine yourself that way, the more you can start to become that person. And I give demonstrations to prove that to the audience. So no, that I've never had
Mm-hmm.
anyone tell
Yeah.
me that they're afraid of hypnosis.
Because you already prepared them not to be scared, which we're actually doing right now with having you in this show. We're preparing people not to be scared of it so they can go and do it. And it's really work. I know for sure it works to get over like all the anxiety, depression, lose weight, stop smoking, because all those commands you can give to your subconscious, and then you pretty much don't have to, like the way I see it as well, you pretty much don't have to do anything, and your subconscious just does everything and makes you do the right things.
Yeah, it it can be like that, but sometimes there will be things that I'll ask the client to do between sessions,
Mm-hmm.
particularly with my programs. I have an inner child healing program and a stress and anxiety program. On the programs, I set homework for the attendees to do every week. That could be writing letters to the inner child. It could be standing in front of a mirror for 10 minutes every day, looking yourself straight in the eye and saying I love and accept you over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's often things that I get people to do between sessions. And if someone has come to me, say, with agoraphobia or agoraphobia, I
Mm-hmm.
will ask them to go out of their house and walk to
Mm-hmm.
the letterbox.
Mailbox or something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every day for the week, and then the next session I'll ask them to walk a little bit further. So it's not a case of just closing your eyes and you're going to change. It can be like that, but for most clients, as I said, there's the
Yeah.
homework that I.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. The way I said it wrong. Like I still like meant that they're gonna start doing all those things, but it's gonna be easier because the subconscious is gonna help them do all the things that they're being scared, not being able to do before.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah,
Hmm.
and you can make changes much quicker using trance and hypnosis. I think one study that I saw said that it takes 6 sessions of hypnotherapy to make the same change as someone would get in 30 years of counseling. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know how true that is. I don't know the details of that study, but I know I've seen it repeated in several places.
Hmm. What I see the problem with counseling is right now as well, they just, not all of them, depends on the person who's doing the job, but a lot of them, they take you as a forever patient. So they
Hmm.
don't want you to stop coming, because when you stop coming, you stop paying for your appointments.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with like modern counseling,
Hmm.
because they want you to stay the patient. They don't want you to come, like you say, for six sessions and then
Yeah.
go be successful. And then maybe occasionally, like once or twice a year, they have to come back and update something. But that's not like you want them to only rely on you to be able to survive the week, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And yeah, I do all I can to make sure my clients don't become reliant on me and don't become reliant on hypnotherapy. Um, I do what I can to move them forward as quickly as
Hmm.
possible.
Yeah, and for me, I had to try hypnotherapy, but like with the guided meditations, uh, I do now. I fixed it, like the problem, like the things that were bothering me, which
Hmm.
I didn't have anxiety and depression, but they were like traumatic situations. I went through the divorce as well, so I had the traumatic experiences that I had to solve. So I'm done with those, and now I just do it occasionally, just to update my mind and just to go inside my mind, anyways.
Yeah, it is good to do something that you find relaxing for at least an hour every day. The more you take time to relax, the easier it becomes to relax. And going back to the inner child, when a child grows up with dysfunction, the emotional part of their brain actually increases in size and the thinking part of their brain decreases in size, making them more prone to issues with emotional dysregulation, making them more prone to anxiety, etc. So having a regular relaxation practice will actually re-regulate your brain and improve your emotional regulation. But yeah, everyone should have a regular relaxation practice. It improves your ability to focus, improves your ability to deal with stress. There's many benefits to relaxing regularly.
Hmm. Let's talk about depression as well.
Hmm.
People who come in with depression, um, for them, it's probably hard to first even admit that they have depression, or no, they know that they have a depression. They admit it to themselves, but they don't admit it outside.
Hmm.
They still say like, "I'm fine, everything's fine."
Um, well, generally, when people come to me, they know that they've got an issue. They've admitted that they have an issue. I've worked with a few people that have been diagnosed with depression. Couple were recommended to come to hypnotherapy by their doctor. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so they know that they are suffering with depression, but um, they're so
Yes, that's fine.
there, there'd be something wrong with you if you never felt sad. Sadness is your mind's way of allowing you to process loss, to deal with grief, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a difference between depression and depressed feelings. Depression is a low mood that continues for a long period of time, whereas depressed feelings, everyone experiences them. There'd be something wrong
Mm-hmm.
with you if you never experienced them. Likewise with anxiety, the symptoms of anxiety are
Mm-hmm.
designed to get you out of a life or death situation. There would be something wrong with you if you
Mm-hmm.
never experience those symptoms. You'd get yourself in all sorts of danger. So
Mm-hmm.
all emotions serve a purpose. They're there for a reason. I think that society tends to shame us out of our emotions, to tell us there's something wrong with us if we're feeling sad,
Mm-hmm.
anxious, that we've got some kind of disorder or we need medication. That anger is bad, and what resists not only persists but becomes stronger. So sometimes, because of those things, people try and fight against those
Mm-hmm.
negative feelings, and they end up with anxiety or depression, or they have rage issues. Anger is a very dangerous emotion to suppress,
Mm-hmm.
because without anger you can't defend yourself, can't defend your boundaries, and you can, you know, what, as I said, what resists not only persists but becomes stronger. So it's like holding a beach ball under the, pool,
Mm-hmm.
under the water at the pool. When you let it go, it's going to shoot up. And emotions work the same way. And that anger can be directed at the wrong people. It can result in rage, etc.
Mm-hmm. I teach the same thing. Like we have all the emotions and purpose, and like you have to process them, let them go
Mhm.
through and feel them. They all have purpose. You can't always. You want to go back in a happy feeling as soon as possible, but you
Mhm.
have to feel all those other emotions too.
Absolutely, yeah. No one can be permanently happy. There's
Mm-hmm.
ups and downs.
Yeah, and we also also say like you can also be still happy as well and still
Mhm.
have this depressed feeling in between. You know,
Mhm.
you still can have this fear in between. You still
Mhm.
can have like all those other feelings, they can come as well in the same time when you actually feel happy, but you still during the day might feel during the day we feel so many different feelings, you know?
Absolutely.
Just with one day, we feel so many different feelings. And it's all normal. And that's why I always say as well, like you were saying, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just human.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I totally agree. Yes. It's
Yeah. So, what do you have in your YouTube channel? For the viewers, all the links for Mark's socials are in description. So, after you watch the episode, go on the description and click on Mark's channel and subscribe. So, Mark, what do you have in your YouTube channel?
on my YouTube channel. I have um, a wide range of content. I have hypnosis recordings. My most popular hypnosis recording is a PTSD recording that's had like thousands of
So,
views
that's
now.
post traumatic.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, yeah.
Okay.
Um, and I have inner child healing meditations. I have my workshop. When I give a workshop, I record it via Zoom, and I often put clips of the workshop on YouTube. Sometimes I put the whole workshop recording on YouTube. Also have videos where I talk about stress, anxiety, give tips to help people that are suffering with stress and anxiety.
Mm-hmm. And I want to explain where, and you can add to it for the viewers. If you want to try the hypnosis, go on a channel and try one in a video. But the difference between doing things in a video and doing some with the person by itself, making an appointment, is the video is general. And when you do have an appointment, one-on-one appointment, it's specifically for you. But if you're not ready for one-on-one session yet, so do the one in a video so you get comfortable with it, and then you go in a one-on-one session which is specialized on specifically for you and your trauma or the issue that you're trying to resolve, right? Okay, Mark's gonna log back in, then I'll let it froze, so he probably has to log back in. But that's what I said. Go in descriptions and watch some of the hypnosis videos, because you can try it out this way if you're not comfortable going in one-on-one sessions yet. And then when you're ready, you can start from there. So let's see if Mark's going to be able to log back in for this session, or we're going to end, because we got pretty much everything covered as well. So um, let me finish it up. So look, go in the descriptions and click on Mark's channel. Go watch the videos, subscribe, and try some of the hypnotherapy out. And then when you're ready, assign your own session, because all those things that going on in your mind, thoughts that you don't really like, taking negative thoughts that you don't like, or you have problem with anxiety or depression, or you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to quit smoking, or maybe you're not trying to quit smoking, but you wish that you can stop smoking. All those things are really become easier to do with hypnotherapy. I've seen it happening. I personally have not done it yet. I'm planning to do. I usually do guided meditation, but I'm planning to do the same thing. Go on Mark's channel and look up some videos first. So thank you everybody for watching this episode. Sorry that we cut it short like this. Oh, well, Mark is back. Let me get him back on the stage and we'll get the last words from him as well. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Sorry
fine.
about that.
I was closing it down as well. So let's tell the viewers last, like, let's close it up. For what were the last things you would like to share with the viewers, and what else they should follow up beside the YouTube channel?
Um, well, last thing to share with the viewers, I think, as I always say, what resists not only persists but becomes stronger. So don't try and fight against negative thoughts or feelings, just allow them to be. And I have a Facebook group called Inner Child Healing, Breaking Free of CPTSD. There I have some content to help with anxiety, and I try to post there regularly. I can also be found on LinkedIn, Mark Stubbles, Instagram, M Stubbles, my website address, anxietyhypnotherapist.org.
Yeah, I have all this in description as well. So um, let's close up. And oh, and I ask always the same question from all my guests at the end, and it's, what makes you happy, Mark? Not what other people think happiness is, or what are generally happiness considered, but what makes you happy, specifically you.
Well, there's many things that make me happy. Nature, traveling, um, probably happiest is nature, spending time in nature.
Mm-hmm. Good answer. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you, Mark, for sharing your knowledge on hypnotherapy.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, viewers, for watching this clip. probably was not accident that you clicked on it. You probably had a message here specifically for you. So go to Mark's, like I keep on saying that, but seriously, go to Mark's YouTube channel and look up some hypnotherapy videos. Bye.